الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the lesson. We will, inshallah, as last time, we will go through the we'll do a little recap from last week, inshallah, and then we will go on to today's lesson. So the lesson should be on the screen for yourselves, and inshallah we will quickly do a little recap of lesson 3. If we go to page 19 in the lesson 3 page of the PDF, and then we'll just do a quick recap from lesson 3, and then we'll go on to lesson 4, inshallah. So inshallah you should be able to all see the lesson on the screen. So yeah, so in our previous lesson, what we had done in this lesson 3, which you can see on the screen, we had introduced you to the concept or the usage of the word al prior to a noun, and we mentioned that a common noun, a noun which is referring and speaking about or is general, could refer to anything, will have tanween at the end of it, and a noun which is specific and is indicating and referring to a particular object or a particular thing or a particular place or a particular person will have al in front of it. And when the al is placed in front of the word, then the tanween is dropped, and we mentioned some examples of that last time. So we said baytun, which means house, but al-baytu, which means the house. So now we're not just generally speaking about houses. Baytun could refer to any house. Al-bayt means we're talking about a specific, a particular house, as opposed to houses generally. So these are the sentences that we went through last time, 1 to 10. We'll just quickly go over them, and then inshallah we'll move on to the second part. Lesson 3 is a little longer, and there is another important part in it which I wanted to discuss separately. So inshallah we'll go through that today once we've go through these sentences. So we mentioned these sentences last time. We said al-kitabu maksur, al-maktabu maksur, the desk is broken. Al-mudarrisu jadid, the teacher is new. Al-qamisu wasikh, the shirt is dirty. Al-labanu barid, the milk is cold. Al-masjidu maftuh, the masjid is open. Al-hajaru kabir, the stone is large. Al-labanu barid wal-ma'u har, the milk is cold and the water is hot. Al-muhandisu jalis wal-mudarrisu waqif, the engineer is standing and the teacher is sitting. Al-qamaru ba'id, the moon is far away. Al-mindilu nadif, the handkerchief is clean. We just go to the next page, please. So here on this page, what they're asking us to do is they've given us some words, and they've given us some sentences where we have the blanks, and we need to fill in the blanks to make the sentence a sentence which is to make it into a sentence which makes sense, basically. So I'll go through it, and quickly, so because as I said, we want to go on to the next part of this lesson, which is important part of the lesson. We'll ask you all to read from that part. So I'm just going to quickly go through this part so you have an idea of where we're going. So here we just need to complete the sentences. We've got the words there, and we just need to put the right word in the right place. These are all the words that we've previously mentioned in the previous lessons. And as I say, each lesson will introduce to us a new word or a new rule, but it will build on the existing words and existing stuff that we've already learned. So al-hajaru, al-hajar, stone. So which word do I think will go with al-hajar? We have jamil, we have wasikh, we have maftuh, we have har, we have thaqil, and we have khafi. So now al-hajar is stone. So I know that stone has some characteristics, some properties, some things about it. What is a stone? Can it be jamil? Probably not. Can it be wasikh? I guess it could be. Can it be maftuh? No, not really. Can't be open. Can it be hard? Can it be hot? Not really. Thaqil, heavy. Yes, this seems like it's very likely, and the sentence makes sense. Al-hajaru thaqil, the stone is heavy. Now we have number 2, al-bab, the door. So now al-babu jamil, not really something we would say. The door is beautiful. Al-babu wasikh is dirty. It might be, but it's not something that really is a sentence that's giving us much information. But al-babu maftuh, the door is open. Yes, that is giving us information, and it's a sentence that is appropriate. Now, number 3 with al-qamar, the moon. Al-qamaru jamil, the moon is beautiful. Yes, when the moon is shining, it looks nice. It's something that people like to look at. Yes, al-qamaru jamil would make the right sentence in that scenario. Then number 4, we have al-waraq, the paper. Now, paper, would it jamil? Probably not. We already used that. Wasikh, again, not really. Maftuh, we used it previously. So now we're left with hard and khafif. So hot, again, not giving us much sentence, but khafif, light. Yes, the paper is light. Doesn't have much weight. So now we're left with 2 sentences, al-mindil and al-labn. Now, mindil, we said handkerchief, and of course, handkerchief is something that could be wasikh, could be dirty. That is possible. So, al-mindil or wasikh. And then al-laban, which is we're left with the last word, al-laban or har, the milk is hot. We had the pictures down here to help you out as well once you want to go through it. As I said, it's important that in addition to the lesson, you try to go through the sentences one by one. The pictures are there in order to help you out as to what word is being referred to. So we got here Laban, Al-Bab, Qamar, and Al-Hajar. So we've got some pictures there which help us out to let us know what word should go with what particular thing. Okay. All right. If we now go to if we go to the next, no, we have this already. Okay. So here we have another few sentences with the fill in the blanks. This time we have the descriptions. We have the words which are describing them, and we need to fit a noun, a word which will go with each of these sentences to make these sentences make sense. Now, for example, in order to answer this, we would go to the previous page and see the example of the sentences that have been given there. Yep. So we have the example of the sentences there and all the words that have been used. So again, I think it would be, if we just go back to the next page, please. Thank you. Okay. So I think it will be difficult for me to expect you to go through those words. So what I'll do is I will go through those words, inshallah, and show that how we're expecting you to make the sentences. Okay. So in the previous example, we had al-mindilu nadif. And the top one we had al-mindilu wasikh. The handkerchief is dirty. So here we can have al-mindilu nadif. The handkerchief is clean. Then we have number 2. Something is maksur. Something is broken. So we can have al-qalamu maksur. The pen is broken. Then number 3, we have barid. Something is cold. So al-labanu barid. The milk is cold. Then we have qarib, near. So we can have here describing qarib, al-masjidu qarib. The masjid is near. Then we have ba'id. We can have al-baytu ba'id. The house is far away. Then we have waqif, which you said was standing. So we say al-mudarrisu waqif. The teacher is standing. Then we have jalis, which is sitting. So the student is sitting. Then we have kabir. Something is big. So we said that we could say that al-hajaru kabir. The stone is big. Then we have qadim. We say the al-daftaru qadim. The notebook is old. And then we have jadid. Again, we can use various different words to mention something that's jadid, and say al-kitabu jadid. The book is new. So if we go to the next page, please, quickly. In this box here, and I think this is really important and very helpful for us, is the list of new words that we learn. Now, when we go right to the end of this lesson, they will mention the English translation of these words as well. But as we mentioned, the way that we are trying to learn Arabic, or the way that this course has been designed, is for us to look at the pictures and associate the pictures with the words rather than with the English. But of course, the English words are there. They've been mentioned there at the end, inshallah, and inshallah ta'ala they will help you out for the translation. So we're not asking you to do the translation yet, but we just want you to look at the new words that we learned. So we have here 16 new words that we've learned in this lesson so far. So we have al-qamar, which means moon, the moon. Jadid, which means new. Qadim, which means old. Wasikh, which means dirty. Nadif, clean. Har, hot. Barid, cold. Saghir, small. Kabir, big. Maftuh, open. Maksur, broken. Thaqil, heavy. Khafif, light. Jamil, beautiful. Waqif, standing. Jalis, sitting. Right. So we've used all of these words so far. These are the new words that we learned this lesson. and there are obviously a lot of them. Then there's a few more words here that we learned in lesson 1, but now they're teaching us how we put al in front of them. So we learned in lesson 1, najm means star, rajul, man, deek, cockerel, and talib, student. We've got the picture of the cockerel and the student there to help us out. And now we have been instructed how al will be placed in front of these words. So now you'll notice, if you listen carefully, that these words, when al is placed in front of them, are pronounced slightly differently to the other words that we learned so far. What is that? When we say al in front of these words, we say, so we had najm, and now we have an-najm. We had rajul, now we have ar-rajul. We had deek, and now we have ad-deek. We have talib, and then we have at-talib. Okay. So what is unusual about this? What is unusual about this is that you notice that the lam that we had in these words, the lam has been dropped. We just connected the alif to the next letter and the lam became silent. Now obviously you know this in English, we have lots of words or letters that are silent. They're written but they're not pronounced. So if we just go forward to page 26, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the page before. Oh. Yeah, one more before, please. Go back 2, please. Yes, thank you. This is the one. Okay. So here you will see that we have 2 columns. Okay. And we have 2 columns, al-huruf al-qamariyah and al-huruf al-shamsiyah. So here we're going to do huruf al-qamariyah on this side here first. And it's very nice that we have a nice balance of 14 on each side, right? So we have huruf al-qamariyah and we have huruf al-shamsiyah. So huruf al-qamariyah, I think we have 14 people. No, we have 12. So what we're going to do is we'll go round so you'll all get a chance to participate. What I want you to do is I want you to read out this column here, huruf al-qamariyah, all the way down, each word. And if you know the meaning, you can tell us the meaning as well. So we'll start with Sayyid Muhammad. If you host, if you can unmute Sayyid Muhammad. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So if you just read us number 1, number 1, which is alif, and the word that's in front of it.
Al-labu.
Al-abu. Al-ab. Fantastic. Do you know what that means?
Is it dad?
It's dad. That's right. Fantastic. Thank you so much. We have Abbas Naqvi. You can unmute and then read the second. Read the second, please.
Al-Bab.
Al-Bab. And that is?
I don't know.
Okay. Al-Bab is the door. Thank you. So if we have Andali Zahra, please. For number 3.
Al-Jannatu.
Al-Jannatu. And that is? The garden. Well done, thank you. And then if we have Fatima Hadi for number 4.
الحمار.
Al-Himar. And can you tell us what that means?
Donkey.
Donkey. Well done, thank you. And then if we have Muhammad, please, for number 5.
It means Al-Rajul. Al-Rajul.
No, number 5 on this side, on this column. So
Okay.
you see the after. Yep.
Al-Khums.
Al-Khubz. And do you know what that means?
Bread.
The bread. Well done, thank you. And then if we have Qasim, please, number 6 down here.
Assalamu alaikum. Al-Ghada.
The one on top. Al-Ghada, well done, but the one on top.
Al-Ghain.
Al-Ain, well done. Do you know what that means?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Al-Ain means the eye. Well done. And so Muhammad is done. Zahra, if we have Zahra, please, for the next one, please. Number 7 here.
Al-Ghada.
Al-Ghada. Do you know what that means?
I don't know what it means.
Okay, no worries. Al-Ghada means the food, which is fine, no problem. And we got left. So Zainab Batul, if you can tell us number 8, which is here.
Thumb.
Al-Fam. And what do you know what that means?
Thumb or hand.
Al-Fam means the mouth, not the hand. Al-Yad is the hand. Oh, well done, no problem. And I think we are done. Unless this last person, they don't have their audio connected. So I'm not sure if they're able to participate, which is fine, no problem. Okay. And then we'll just quickly go through the rest of them as well. So we have Al-Qamar, which is the moon. Al-Kalb, which is the dog. Al-Ma, which is the water. Al-Walad, which is the boy. Al-Hawa, which is the air. And Al-Yad, which is the hand. So these are the huruf al-Qamariya. These letters, whenever they're used, we will pronounce the lam, which is in front of them. Now we come to al-huruf al-shamsiyya, which are over here. Okay, now it becomes a bit more interesting because now we have 14 letters in Arabic in which when the al has been placed in front of them, we will drop the lam and we will join the alif to that letter. So I'll read the first one just so you know what I mean. And then I'll ask you to read through the rest of them. So at-tajir. So even though we had the lam there, how we're going to pronounce it is we're going to pronounce the alif or a, and then we're going to join the ta with the alif, and we're going to drop the lam when you're pronouncing it. So at-tajir, and not al-tajir, even though the lam would be written there, but we're going to say at-tajir, and at-tajir is merchant, the merchant. So now we're going to go again. We'll go the other order this time. So if we start with Zainab, and you can read this out to us, number 2 in this column.
الثوب.
Athob. And do you know what that means?
No, I don't know what it means.
Okay, no problem. So athob means the shirt, or can mean the clothing. Any form of clothing can be used for athob. Okay, that's fine. So can we go to Zahra for number 3, which is here.
الديك.
Right, so we just said that on this side, we're going to drop the lam when we're pronouncing it. So how do you want to try again?
الديك.
Ad-dayku. Well done. And what do you, if you recall, we just mentioned it. What does ad-dayku mean?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So ad-dayku is cockerel, we said, which is a male chicken. Thank you. Well done. And can we have Qasim for number 4, please?
الذهب.
Ad-zahabu, yeah. And do you know what that means?
The sun.
Okay. Ad-zahabu means the gold. Sun is ash-shamsu, which we coming to further on, but no problem. Thank you. So can we have Muhammad, please, for number 5?
الرجل.
Ar-rajulu,
The man.
the man. Well done, Ahsan. Thank you. And can we have Fatima, please, for number 6, which is here. Sorry.
الزهرة.
Az-Zahra. And what do you know what that means?
A flower.
The flower. Well done. Thank you. And then can we have Andalib for number 7?
السمك.
As-Samaku. And what do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, no worries. So As-Samaku means the fish. Well done. Thank you. And then can we have said, can we have, did we do Abbas? Yeah. So can we have Abbas, please, for number 8?
الشمس.
Ash-Shamsu. And what does that mean?
The sun.
The sun. Well done. And then finally, can we have said Muhammad for number 9, please?
الصدر.
As-Sadr, yeah. And do you know what that means?
The chest.
The chest. Well done. And we'll just quickly just do the rest of them. Ad-Dayfu, which is the guest. Ad-Talibu, which is the student. Ad-Dhuhru, which is the time for Dhuhr. Al-Lahmu, which is the meat. And Al-Najmu, which is the star. So as you noticed on this side in our Huruf al-Shamsiyah, that we dropped the lam and we joined the alif with the letter that was after the lam. And this is why they're called huruf al-shamsiyah, because they are in Ash-Shams we drop the lam, and in Al-Qamar we keep the lam. So if any of these letters are used and there's a lam in front of it, we will pronounce the lam. But if the huruf al-shamsiyah letters are used, which are here 1 to 14, then we will drop the lam and we will join the alif with that letter. So those letters are here: da, ta, dal, dal, ra, za, sin, shin, sad, da, ta, ra, lam, and nun. Whereas the other 14, which are on the right hand side, are ones where we would pronounce the lam as usual and as normal. So this is important to know, so that we are pronouncing the words correctly. Of course, when we write it, it will be the same. You know, when it's written down, you can see it's written exactly the same. But when it comes to pronouncing it, then obviously it will be different, and therefore we have to make sure that we pronounce it the correct way. Okay. So if we go to the next page, please. Thank you. So here you have the you have an exercise, which inshallah will ask you to go through this exercise for the homework, and then you can do this exercise, and then inshallah next week I'll ask you to go through this exercise. So what you need to do is you to read all of these words that are written here underneath the pictures, and you write them down, and then when you read them, we want you to make sure that you read them with the correct pronunciation, depending on whether they are huruf al-qamari or they are huruf al-shamsi. And if you go to the end of the lesson, you'll find that it's explained in English as well, and all the meaning of all the words that we've discussed in the lesson. They'll all been mentioned there as well. So I'll just ask the admin to send this PDF to anybody who hasn't got it, so you can go through it. And inshallah next time we'll ask you to read out these this exercise that you've done. Okay, inshallah ta'ala. I hope that's clear from everyone. So please, admin, if you can send the PDF to everyone who doesn't have it, inshallah, and so they can go through this part. I hope that's clear, that this is what you need to do. And if there's any questions, you can ask any questions regarding what we said today or regarding the homework. And inshallah, then we will bring the lesson to a close, inshallah. Okay. Right. Thank you. So, inshallah, please, the admin will email you the PDF from wherever you need it, inshallah. Thank you so much. Take care. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.